Bansir, the chariot builder, was furious, and he had a right to be. He had worked harder than almost anyone in his quarter of Babylon for 20 years, and yet at the end of every single month, his purse was exactly as empty as it had been at the beginning. "I earn a fair wage," he told Arkad, slamming his tools down on the workbench. "Where does it go? Tell me that. Where does it go?" Arkad had heard this complaint from 100 men before Bansir, so he asked him to do something almost humiliating in its simplicity. Write down, honestly, everything he spent in a single month. Not what he thought he spent, what he actually spent. Bansir did it, reluctantly, and when he laid the tablet out in front of Arkad, his face changed. There, in his own handwriting, was the truth he had been avoiding. Fine wine he barely remembered drinking. A second tunic he did not need because the first was still good. Coins tossed to a gambler's table on a night he could not fully recall. Small gifts to impress men whose names he had already forgotten. None of these things were necessities, Arkad said gently. They were desires wearing the mask of necessities. And desires, Bansir, are infinite. No amount of gold will ever satisfy all of them, because as soon as one is met, 3 more appear behind it, wearing new masks. This is the second cure. Control thy expenditures, not by starving yourself of every pleasure life offers. Arkad was clear about this. He did not tell his students to live like beggars while their purses fattened. He told them something more precise. Separate what you truly need from what you have simply grown used to wanting, and build a plan for your spending with the same seriousness you would give to building a wall meant to keep out an enemy. Because the danger is rarely one large reckless purchase. The danger is 100 small ones, each easily justified on its own, each barely noticed in the moment, that together quietly eat every coin a man earns and leave nothing behind for the future he claims to want. Arkad called this a kind of blindness that grows with income rather than shrinking. The poor man dreams that if only he earned twice as much, all his money troubles would vanish. But Arkad had watched it happen again and again. A man's earnings double, and within a season, his desires have doubled right alongside them. New wants appear exactly as fast as new coins arrive to chase them. The purse never fattens, no matter how much passes through it, because the outflow always rises to meet the income. Modern researchers gave this exact pattern a name, though they arrived at it thousands of years after Arkad. In 1996, the researchers Thomas Stanley and William Danko published a study of America's actual millionaires, built from real financial data rather than assumptions. And what they found surprised almost everyone who read it. Most millionaires did not live in the largest houses or drive the newest cars in their neighborhoods. Many lived in the same modest homes for decades, drove used vehicles, and would have been invisible walking down the street next to people earning a fraction of their wealth. Stanley and Danko found that the deciding factor separating the wealthy from the merely well-paid was almost never income at all. It was the discipline to keep spending well below what income allowed, no matter how high that income climbed. Bansir took Arkad's advice and did something simple. He wrote out on a fresh tablet exactly what he needed to live: his rent, his food, his tools, his family's essential care. Everything beyond that list he now had to consciously decide to allow, rather than letting it slip past him, unnoticed the way it always had before. He did not stop enjoying his life. He simply stopped letting his life quietly enjoy his gold without his permission. Within a year, for the first time since he had learned his trade, Bansir had gold that was truly his own, sitting untouched, doing nothing but existing and waiting for its purpose. The moral of the story is, it is not what you earn that determines your wealth, but what you allow yourself to spend. For a budget is not a cage. It is the wall that finally lets your fortune stay standing.